What's up guys? Welcome to another 5-Minute Friday. In this video, we're gonna jump into Lightroom and I'm gonna show you guys how to bring the most amazing color out of your photos by one little section called split toning. So let's throw 5 minutes on the clock and let's jump into the photos. Here in this photo, we are at pre-sunrise in a beautiful part of southern Utah. And I've already done some editing here, show you guys just quickly on the exposure. I've done a white balance adjustment, brought down the highlights because they were pretty bright, opened up the shadows just a little bit, brought down the whites a little, added a little bit of texture, and then just a color calibration. Now we're gonna open up split toning, and I can't tell you how many times, I'd say at least 90% of the time on any of my blue hour or sunset or sunrise shots, I use split toning. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna click on this little box under highlights. What this is gonna do, we're gonna add a little bit of color into the highlights. And if you look at this box here, what you're gonna see is if you're going from left to right, that's your hue. So that's what we're gonna decide on, what color to add into the highlights. And then from bottom to top is your saturation. So the higher you go, the more saturated it's gonna be. The lower you go, the less saturated it's gonna be. Generally, what I like to do is I like to click up high here, and I like to just move it around and see what I like. For this one, because it's pre-golden hour, still in blue hour, I really like this a lot. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start dragging this down now until it looks a little bit less saturated and a little bit better. Probably right around 19%, 18%, something like that. So we're gonna hit X, and then we're just going to click that on and off, and you can see just that one adjustment right there makes a huge difference. You have really nice pastel colors, which is what it looked like when I was out there shooting. You can also move the sliders here and do it this way. So you can drag this back and forth, go down. I think I was at around 330 or so, 330, and then you can move your saturation. So if you don't want to click on this box and use the eyedropper tool, you can simply move it back and forth here along the slider, and then you can just adjust your saturation with this slider here. I think I had it around 18 or 19%. So now I'm going to click this on and off, and you can see a huge difference. It completely changes the mood of the photo. It's such a big, drastic move in just one slider. It's so nice. Like I said, I use it in about 90% of my sunrise or sunset photos. Let's try another example here. So now we're gonna do a sunset photo. This one here, you guys may recognize. We went out in a really hot day. It was like 117 degrees out. Anyway, so, and this one, what I like to do is I'm gonna click on this little box again. And this one, I like to be over in this area here. I like to add a lot of red into my sunsets, kind of in between the red and the yellowish warm, just a really warm color. So I'll click up here, and you can see it's a bit strong up here with the red, but it really makes all of this light up. What I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna start dragging it down until, and I'll move it back and forth down here too, and see, sometimes moving it just a little bit more to the right and left will take some of that out of the sky, because that red in the sky doesn't look that good. It looks great in the light on the choyas over here, but not so much in the sky. So maybe I will drag it down to about right here and hit the X here, and turn it on and off, and you guys can see such a big difference here. Now, shadows, I very rarely do anything with my shadows. What I do is, if I have something like a blue hour shot where I get some nice pink sky, and I have some shadows that are important, like if there's something in the shadows that I want the viewer to see, then I like to do that warm in the highlights, cool in the shadows. So I'll come down here into my shadows, and I'll grab something in like a blue. Obviously it doesn't work here because it's a very warm toned photo, but you can see the change it does when I do add a bit of blue into the shadows and that nice cool tone. So you have that warm and cool tones. Turn this on and off, and you can see just that little bit of adjustment there makes a big difference to the photo. That's it. Split toning is very easy, guys. It's just, like I said, right and left is hue, up and down is saturation. Being able to just kind of test it out with any of your golden hour shots. With blue hour shots, I tend to stay more towards the right upper end of the hue, up in like the 300s or so. And then when I'm down in my sunset and sunrise shots when I'm facing the sun. I put it more towards the 0 to 30 or so on the hue, and then just mess around with the saturation a little bit. That's it, guys. That's gonna bring out a lot of pop and a lot more drama in your skies. Right there in Lightroom, one little slider makes a big difference. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.